So, gardening, video, diary, part whatever. It's been absolutely weeks, if not months, since my last one. Reason being, fundamentally, haven't really done any gardening. I can't even remember if I already did a video that mentioned this penstemon and this wallflower. I think I did, but if I didn't, there they are, penstemon, wallflower. This thing is a lobelia to replace the lobelia that mysteriously just vanished within the space of 48 hours. It used to be there. Which is why I still sound a bit grumpy, even when I should be sounding happy because I've got a new plant. I'm still annoyed about the old one. It was beautiful, deep, rich burgundy red leaves and stalks and stuff, and I had this intention of having that kind of red shade on both sides of my lilies, which are in themselves a little bit purpley. I don't really look it here, but if you zoom in on that, in different weathers and different seasons, sometimes that slight purple tone is more pronounced, so I thought it would look really nice with burgundy next to it. But they had a burgundy one in the garden centre, but for some reason I thought I preferred the purple flowered one. So I've got that, and I've dug a hole for it, and I'll put it in a minute when I put the camera down. Other things to show you. Just want to show you this. It's pretty rad. Look at this spider. I've never seen one quite like this before. Pretty rad, huh? Anyway, can't get a good angle of it sadly, but pretty cool looking spider. Here we've got my sage, still getting eaten, pretty much stopped flowering. Here we've got my rose campion, pretty much dead for the season. One or two half-hearted flowers just barely clinging on. Here we've got my other sage. Don't know what's going wrong with this. Looks to be dying of some weird disease. It's not really a good look in this garden at the moment, to be honest. The only thing that's really going well is this clem. Right, here we are tomorrow. A bit more cheerful. Maybe because it's sunny. A new plant that I filmed yesterday, just before I planted it. It's now planted, and I guess it looks pretty nice. A few days later, where I left off that last clip, just wanted to show the last couple of plants that I planted for this year. Well, very probably the last plants anyway. So over in this corner, in June I think it was, I went to the garden centre shortly after it reopened from lockdown, and I bought this Juga reptans, brown bugle, and it had sort of blue, pointy uppy, kind of lavendery-ish flowers that bees and that apparently like, which is kind of why I bought it. But the flowers died almost instantly, but I'm still really chuffed I got it, because these leaves are so nice. Like, look at the texture to them and the colour. It's a sort of a brown tinge to it in some lights. It's making a really good mat, suppressing all of this crap, so that's brilliant. But also next to it I got this, which is a Vinca minor periwinkle, and in the few months since I got it, it's grown all the way down here. So that is exactly what I've wanted for a long time, stuff to cascade over this wall. So over here we've got the lead wall that I got from my parents, and that is been in for about a year, a bit more than a year. It's just starting to cascade over by a few inches, but this stuff almost down to the bottom already. So I went online and I've got a couple more Vinca minor. There's one here, and there's one over here. So hopefully we can get a whole cascade along here. Now this is annoying. This is Mexican fleabane seeds. I just accidentally touched the stalk and they all come showering off. And I don't actually really want Mexican fleabane here because they're pink. It's supposed to be white and blue, this bed. And I've been trying for years to get the fleabane in that wall, and they've never bloody worked. So maybe I can take some of this seed and shove it up there, see what happens. And then over here, since I was paying postage for the periwinkles anyway, I chucked in a Amsonia orientalis, or Eastern Blue Star, which should be about 50 centimeters round apparently. So hopefully that will kind of fill this area in between the Rose Campion and the Amistad. So it's kind of annoying that it's getting on late September now and everything's about to die and do nothing for 6 months, because I'm really feeling this bed. You wouldn't maybe know to look at it, but it's on the verge of getting there. Like if this was a full-on blue star and all the stuff along the front is doing its cascadey thing, this sage growing up worth, then you've got lavender, rose campion, that sage, more lavender. Then all I need really is duplicate some of this bugle into this corner as well. Get these forget-me-nots to grow up and be blue. Then maybe one more big white thing there. Maybe another sage Schneehutzel or whatever it's called. And then probably one more thing here. Again, there's some forget-me-nots waiting to bulk up there. And it's going to be pretty much full as per my original plans, with big froth of blue and white stuff. But realistically, I get these extra plantings in next spring, and it's going to take another year for everything to grow up and grow together and bulk out and join up the gaps and everything. So maybe in about 18 months this bed will look just about alright. Over here, I do wish I'd got small flowers out of the coreopsis. Really hasn't done much this year, don't know why. Not enough sun at the key points maybe. This begonia or petunia or something came from Asda. It was down there where the blue star is, but I moved it. It was meant to die off in the winter last year, but somehow survived. I don't think it's going to survive the move, but I don't really care. This thing hasn't died yet, which is nice because it's been like 10 days now, which is long enough for it to die if it wanted to, I'm sure. But yeah, September, it's all on the way out for the year. Never mind.